okay. So she wakes up. No, Pooh Bear, I don't think so. So she wakes up, and this time, after Maddox wakes her up from her nightmare, she just starts grinding him with her butt, you know. Maddox like, oh, this is special. And then she just turns around and grabs Maddox by his ding dong. She sure does. She just grabs it. And Maddox like, what the heck? What's going on? Is this the start of the bone zone or what? So then he grabs her hand and slips her down her panties, and Maddox is like, oh, all right, I guess it's on. And then they just start going at it. They sure did. Everything came off, and they were just going at it. But Maddox remembered a really important detail from the night earlier. She had 3 babies. So Maddox like, hang on, I'm getting a condom for sure. She goes, oh, okay. And Maddox like, yeah, I'm definitely getting a condom. I'm definitely covering up. She goes, oh, okay, that's fine, yeah. So Maddox went and got a condom, made sure there's no holes in it. Because Maddox like, this girl's fertile as fuck. So anyway, he got a condom, and then they started going at it. So anyway, it was pretty good. It was actually pretty hot. So, they banged, and they banged, and they banged. And then after that was done, she's still laying there, and she's like, oh, what about me? And Maddox like, thinking to himself, like, what about you? Boop, boop, boop. So anyway, she's like, what about me? And Maddox like, well, what would you like? And she's like, boop, boop, boop. She goes, do you have a vibrator? And Maddox like, no, I don't have a fucking spare vibrator laying around, hottie. I told you the story. This is gonna get weirder and grosser. I promise you that. Hi, Olo, how you doing? No, Pooh Bear. Boop, boop. We don't have to spin the wheel. There's no baby coming. So anyway, she's like, do you have a vibrator? And Maddox like, no, I don't have any vibrators or dildos laying around. What do you think I am, hottie? Actually, Maddox did have a dildo, but it was for a prop for a show that he did, and it was really gross. And Maddox like, no, I'm not gonna find it. So she's like, you don't have a vibrator? Maddox like, no, of course not. Maddox like, my phone vibrates, but then Maddox like, I don't want you putting my phone down there, that's gross. So then Maddox is trying to think of everything in his house that vibrates, and he's thinking and thinking, So Maddox is thinking of everything he has that vibrates in his apartment. And just the other day, he was talking to his friend Ron, and he was telling him about how much he loves his milk frother. And the milk frother was fresh on his mind. And so he said to the girl, he goes, well, I have a milk frother. So she goes, what's that? And he's like, well, she's 24. Of course, she doesn't know what a milk frother is. And Maddox is like, oh, it makes milk frothy. And she goes, what is that? What is frothy milk? And Maddox is like, like creamy milk. He goes, don't worry about it, hottie. Let me go get my milk frother. You can use that. So Maddox gets up and he goes to the kitchen and he gets his milk frother and he comes back and the girl, so English is like her second language and so she doesn't fully, she's like, oh, this is what you use to make, she didn't understand how it was frothy milk, like frothy, so she kept saying frothed. She goes, can you make me some frothed milk tomorrow? And Maddox like, it's frothy milk, and also no, I use it for coffee. And she's like, can you make me some frothed coffee? And Maddox like, it's frothy coffee. And then Maddox like, oh, never mind. Just go ahead, here, use it. And she goes, how does this work? So Maddox turns on the milk frother for her, and it starts whisking at the end. And she starts using it like a vibrator. So then she's like, well, I like to watch porno. And Maddox like, well, go ahead. And she goes, can you put some on the TV? Maddox like, no, no, it's just a fucking TV. How do I put porn on there? I don't have any DVDs or anything. What are you thinking, hottie? So Maddox was like, well, you can use your phone. Oh, thanks, 1494. Big old smooch for you, thank you. So anyway, Maddox was like, why don't you watch porn on your phone? She goes, yeah, that's a good idea. So she pulls it up and it drops right down. It's in her history, you know, so she knows exactly where she's going. So she pulls up her favorite porn and she's watching that while she's using the milk frother, and it's lesbian porn. So the entire time the milk frother is going on, you're just hearing lesbians moaning while she's using the milk frother. Oh man. Oh, that's one for the record books. Anyway, she kept using it for a while, and let me tell you what. Maddox was already very fond of that milk frother because he used it every day and he loved it. But he has a whole new respect for milk frothers. And as she was using it for a while, she said, oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be using this for this long. And Maddox is like, why? She goes, it's getting really hot. Maddox feels it, and it was like, you know, like a warm cell phone. It wasn't too bad. Maddox is like, just go ahead, just finish. Just go ahead and finish. She goes, I'm afraid it's getting too hot. So Maddox helped her out and then finished the job that the milk frother started. And then Maddox would go right ahead and put the milk frother away, and he sure as shit disinfected that. Oh boy, did he. He also replaced the batteries. Boy, that little guy was a trooper. Sure was. No, although it didn't explode. But I have a Maddox tweet I want to show you guys that he posted the next day. You guys ready for this? All right, here's the Maddox tweet that he posted the very next day. Here's the little inside. Now you guys have a little insight into what Maddox posts on Twitter sometimes and why he posts it. He says, my milk frother is one of the best things I own. It gives way more than it takes. It adds so much to a simple cup of coffee and has many other uses. Easy to clean. That's right, Z Christoph. It's an inside joke only for Maddox. Easy to clean, takes a meager AA batteries, takes little space and just gives and gives. Gives its little heart out. It sure does. Do yourself a favor and get a milk frother. And then some people were saying, someone asked, what brand should we go with? And Maddox posted a picture of his milk frother. That's it. That's the one. That's the milk frother that Maddox used. He sure was. And then someone asked, let's see. Someone in here said, what other uses does it have? And this guy says, what are the other uses? I have one, but I only use it for coffee. Why don't you use it on a pussy, ding dong? All right. All right, that's the milk frother story. It's pretty crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh man.